Hey guys, welcome back to Chaos Zero Nightmare. In today's video, we're going to be looking at tips to progress your account fast in terms of account level and just general progression. Now, we are reaching, at the time of recording this, the changeover into our second day of daily logins, and I want to go through all those basic stuffs. Now, if you've played a lot of gacha games, a lot of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of these systems are pretty much copy-paste of the systems in something like Honkai Star Rail, so if you're familiar with that game, you can sort of visualize stuff from that and just correlate it across. So there will be a lot of that, but let's go through the basics of progressing your account. Now, I obviously re-rolled for about 8 hours. I've got this account where we got a bunch of extra pools saved, which I will be doing on stream tomorrow. So that is the account I ended up going with. It wasn't what I wanted, but hey, when you get 3 5 stars in 30 pools, you kind of got to stick with it. So that's what I've been grinding up at the moment. And I want to go through the things because, like I said, I started very, very late on this one because I spent so long re-rolling. We're already at level 23 and I have a bunch of extra levels that I can gain. Some of my friends that have been doing this without re-rolling are at level 28, 29 at the moment. So let's go through the general progression. Now, in general, you're going to want to go through your story and battle missions. Your story is you just basically keep following the story until you can't anymore, and it'll tell you what you need to do to be able to continue on. You can see here, I need to get to do this captain mission, which to do that, I do need to be level 30. So I am essentially stuck there. However, the next thing we go to, and the one thing with the story is, make sure you go back. You'll see red dots on the different chapters if you've missed anything, because all these are like top and bottom ones. They're very simple, but they all give you experience. So make sure you go back through the chapters if you've just been doing the main storyline to get through it, and make sure you've done all the ones on top and bottom, because they do give a good chunk of experience at 400 a pop. Really damn nice. After that, you go into battle missions. Now you can see here, I have not completed my battle missions yet. That is something that I just haven't had time to do. I've been grinding as fast as I can, and like I said, I still have lots of room for growth. You can see 500 per stage here. I can clean through a bunch of those, and then also once you go back further, I already have hard mode unlocked for chapter 1, which once again, this slows down on the experience. It's only given the 200 as opposed to the 500, but it is still another great to get experience to go ahead and level your account. Now, the other thing that you want to be doing is, while we're talking about missions and stuff like that, if we go over to the event tab, we do have the Flickering Gleam event going on. Now, doing the event battles is going to give you experience as well. Really nice. These ones are time gated. You can see this one unlocks after an hour for me. So it's going to take a bit to get into that. But we also have the trauma code. Now, this is like a story type thing, which I have yet to finish. Once again, I've been doing as much as I can, but I've got all these things on my list and it's 3:45 a.m. I haven't slept in almost 24 hours and I need to get some sleep. But you can jump in here and these are going to give you experience as well. Just note with these missions, when you come up to these ones, it will be branching decisions. And if you choose one, you can go one way and you'll have to go back to it, make the other decision to go the other way. And you want to go through this story and go through and collect all those goodies from that story. Now, it is there for a while, so you don't have to do it on day one, but if you're looking for ways to get some extra experience, that is going to be another great way to level up your account, because obviously your account level is going to determine your limit breaks on your characters and your partners and everything like that, and obviously the rate at which you unlock features. It's always the case with these style of games. Now, the next one I want to go into is the activity. Now, obviously we have this is our daily activities, very standard stuff. Like, you'll basically, especially in your first 2 days and so on and so forth, you'll just shit through these without even realizing you've done them, and you can go ahead and get your experience from there. But then we have these ones, which is the growth guide. Now, this is that general set of missions in most games that is going to guide you along the way with what you want to be doing. Now, some of the things will be time gated. You can see I've got to complete 5 excursions with an agent in Ark City. You get 3 of those per day, so I'm waiting for them to refresh and I can go through. But some of these I won't be able to complete. It's basically just general time progression locking that they do with these things. But once again, make sure you're keeping on top of these, because if you've completely ignored these and you can get through and you're still on 01 and you can get through to 04, there is a lot of experience, but also summons and resources you can get from that. If we actually look at summons and resources on a little bit of a side topic, and we take in, you can see I'm in 3,461 over here. I only did 110 pull on this banner. This one, and I'm at 51 of these bad boys. So tomorrow on stream, we're going to be doing some more pulls. Hopefully we can get some stuff on this free to play. Hopefully we can get my man Hugo. But After that little sidetrack, let's jump back into the other things. Now, something that I do want to mention as well is if we're going over, sorry, wrong spot. If you are going to be going in simulation and using your stamina. So obviously using your stamina is a great way to go ahead and get yourself some experience. I'm almost at the stage of unlocking the gear in the game. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. But over here, the challenges, just beware, you get these weekly. Think about the boss challenges in Star Rail. If you played it, you always want to do these towards the end of the week when you are at your highest level. Once again, all these systems are copy paste, so it should feel fairly familiar to most people. Also, by that time, we'll probably unlock the second boss as well. By the next 4 days, you'll definitely be at least level 30. So just hold out on these ones. But over here is where you can go ahead and dump your stamina to go ahead and get experience, because spending stamina, like in all these ones, gives you experience. So what do you want to actually dump at this stage? It's not the end of the world what you end up doing, but basically there are missions that you will have to be clearing. Would love it once these pictures can finally load as well. But there will be missions that you'll need to do sorry, I've been playing on my phone, so I'm getting all the first clear things. But you will have missions to go ahead and get your potential up on a bunch of characters and stuff like that. So I did a bit of farming over here on my potential. You can see I've got a bit left over, so we can go ahead and unlock the next ones if we want and keep progressing our way through. So I did put a bit of energy into those as well. And then the other thing is for limit breaking your character. Now, obviously I'm at my current limit break. I've just gone through and done this to get all my my 3 main characters to level 30. So you can always farm the limit break materials as well. So those are just basically the only 2 things I've really had to dump stamina into at the moment, because that's basically from the stamina that I have dumped in. That's pretty much all I've used, and now I'm at a standstill. I'll do a deeper guide onto what to spend your energy on, or stamina, whatever you want to call it. But at this stage, don't stress too much. Just do something that is going to be a progression that you will have to do eventually anyway. That's the way I always look at it in these early spots. And also, if you are very close to a level, I just dumped mine because we're at the end of the day. But make sure you dump your, you don't want to overcap your stamina, but at the same time, don't be using your stamina super early, especially if you're near a breakpoint like level 20, level 30, and you have other stuff like I do that I could be doing when we look at the combat missions and stuff like that, because I could get my level up by just doing the combat missions and the event missions. I could level up and then use that stamina on a higher difficulty, because the difficulties of the stages for farming unlock as your character level, your account level unlocks as well. So just keep that in mind. If you're close to a breakpoint and you've got this kind of stuff you can do, you can push yourself over the edge so that when you do spend that stamina, it's not giving you more account experience, but it's giving you more resources for the same energy that you're spending. So that is the other one that you can go ahead and do over there. Now, the next thing I want to look at is over in the Ark City. Now, I may do a whole video on this, but you do have things that refresh daily over here. Dude, the fact that I did this on my phone, it keeps giving me tutorials, is absolutely a nightmare. You do get to go on excursions. You can see we got these tickets here. You do get 3 of them per day. Make sure you're just going ahead and doing those excursions with your characters, because as you saw, there's a mission where I've got to do more of them. You've got the garden cafe as well. Make sure you come over here every day and do your order. There's one where you can get 80 stamina, or you can get one of these pots, which is 60. If you're playing actively, you'll grab the 80 stamina and just burn it straight away, is pretty much the gist. Make sure you're doing that every day, because that's extra stamina that will get you extra experience as well. We've got the policy office over here. As these come up, just make sure you're trying to, if I move my fat head, make sure you're trying to fill up these bars. You can see my happiness has gone down. That's because I'm just getting, if there's a negative on happiness, I'm happy to drop it, because these are the ones that I'm currently trying to upgrade. That's just kind of the way. You're not going to ruin your account if you don't do this optimally, but just make sure you're doing it at least. Try and get the bars to fill up, but just to make sure you're doing these at least over there as well. For the research facility, I went with the bottom end here, because it's going to increase the maximum number of policies, which is something that's just going to help me snowball the system. I haven't actually mapped out this whole thing and gone, okay, this is exactly what I should be doing. That's just like my first decision that I made from this. I'm going to look at this deeper. We can always go into more guides on this type of stuff, but once again, we're just more looking at the early progression in these first few days, getting yourself through it. So that is pretty much everything that I wanted to go through. Once again, repeating something that I said in my last one is because because, you know, once again, those very standard tips that everyone knows but always forgets about, just make sure you're saving onto your premium currency and only using them for rate up banners. Now, if you are a whale, you can use them to go ahead and get yourself some extra energy. If you want to get yourself some extra stamina, we do have extra refills over here that we got in the mail as well, so you can go ahead and use those. That's another place I can get some extra experience. You can see here that I have done my max gem refills. I do not recommend this to people. I am free to play. This is probably the worst thing you can do is free to play. When you look at your actual gem income, I'm just doing it because I make content and I want to unlock stuff as fast as possible. If I was not making content, I would not be refreshing. It's as simple as that. We learned from Star Rail and stuff like that. It's very obvious that it makes you feel good at the very start, but then you just run out of summon income. However, I did get Haru on the very first pull of my 10 pull in the banners, so I feel like I got lucky, so I'm burning some for the sake of content. Once again, you can do this. I only recommend this to whales, or if you're super sweaty and you just can't wait, just know you are wasting a ton of summon resources by refreshing. They have pretty much, once again, copied those systems, and it's quite brutal on the gems by refilling energy. But that is the last way you can really go ahead and boost your account to the next level. So if you do see people, creators, other people in Discord and stuff like that, with like really giga hyper leveled accounts, all those other places, if you've done all that and you're still like, how are they higher than me? Just note, people are spending and wasting gems on energy. And so they get the big boost at the start, like I am. So don't feel like you're missing out or anything like that because of that, because once again, it costs you a lot of summons. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it. It is almost 4 a.m. over here. I am absolutely cooked. I'm going to get this one up and go to bed. Once again, if you are summoning, best of luck and hope you guys are enjoying the game. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.